and welcome to our webinar. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ted Yates. I'm your host tonight. I'm a business coach. What I specialize in is showing small and independent business owners exactly how to grow their business, especially when that comes to beating the big brands and franchises that they compete with, no matter how competitive that market is. And tonight, I am sharing with you the topic of our webinar is 18 things you must do to grow a thriving and profitable small business. And so let me get rid of that. And so you should be able to see the slides on your screen. It really doesn't matter. I know tonight we have people here representing all different industries, and I want to address right up front, it doesn't really matter what kind of business you're in. And honestly, what we're talking about tonight doesn't really matter how big your business is right now. These 18 things are foundational things that you absolutely need to do, and most importantly, you need to do correctly if you want to maximize and grow your profits. In fact, if you neglect even one or two of them, I can tell you it will have a definite negative impact on your bottom line. So, in addition to sharing with you these 18 crucial things that we're going to talk about tonight, I'm also going to share with you at the end an opportunity that you can take advantage of to build on this training. And I'm also going to share with you a free resource that's going to help you jumpstart, in particular, one of these 18 items. So I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. So just a couple more notes for those of you that just joined us. Take a moment, make sure your microphone is on mute so everyone can get the most out of this. And if you have a question at all, please put that in the chat, type it there, and I will tackle that at the end, all right? So let's jump in. Let's talk about the 18 things you must do to grow a thriving and profitable small business. Number one, you need a unique selling proposition. A unique selling proposition, or USP, is a clear, concise statement that tells your target audience exactly how you are different from all of your competitors. What it does is it answers this question: why should your target customer do business with you versus all other available options, including doing nothing at all? And as you might imagine from the name of it, your unique selling proposition needs to be unique. You have probably heard lots of businesses, probably some of your competitors, talk about their number of years of experience, their great customer service, quality results, we're a trusted member of the community, we're a member of this professional group or that professional group. All of those things are nice, but they are not unique selling propositions because they aren't unique. You've heard them all, and so have your target customers. What we're looking for in a unique selling proposition is something that tells the world in a clear and compelling way why your business is truly different. And once you've crafted one, that USP becomes the centerpiece of all of your marketing. One of the greatest USPs ever written is 8 words long. It's fresh, hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes, guaranteed. And if you are a child of the 80s or the 90s, like me, then you know right away that the company that owns that USP is Domino's Pizza. And what you might not know, though, is that Domino's started as a tiny mom and pop small business pizza place in a college town. And as you can probably imagine, pizza in a college town is a pretty competitive market. But what Domino's tapped into was the exact need of their target audience. College students don't often care about quality ingredients or mama's recipe from the old world or artisan crust or whatever. And frankly, they don't even care if the pizza's good most of the time. They just want hot, greasy food fast. And so Domino's built literally a billion-dollar brand off this one clear, concise USP. And that's the power of great USP. That's why it's number one on our list. That's why it's the first thing I work on with everybody in my coaching program. And it's absolutely one of the 18 things you need to grow your business. Number two, You need a bold promise. What is it that you as a business promise to your customers? If you can answer that question in one clear sentence, then your promise works right alongside your USP to create an incredibly compelling marketing message. The key is your bold promise has to be what your target customer wants, not what they need, not what you want them to need. Okay, that's a key distinction because people don't buy based on what they need. People buy based on what they want. And a great, bold promise has the power to speak to your customer on really a deep subconscious level about what it is that they want. Number three, you need to have an effective use of the internet. And so when I talk about the internet, what I mean is everything that happens online, your website, your Google listing, your social media accounts, everything that you do online. And we all probably know that all of those things on the internet are used by your prospective customer to verify that you're a legit business. But your activity on the internet should not be limited simply to putting out a pretty website or trendy social media post or something like that. Your online presence needs to exist for one reason and one reason only, and that's conversion. Okay? That means getting you more customers and more sales, not likes, not comments, not follows, but sales. And frankly, how pretty your website is or how often you post on social media matters way less than knowing how to use those tools to convert traffic into sales. Your website, this is one of the most common mistakes I see out there for small businesses. Your website should never be like a brochure, okay? Because your website, believe it or not, is not a marketing piece, it's a sales piece. And so there are specific techniques and design strategies that you can use to get people to move from what we call lookers to bookers. And one of the biggest mistakes I see is business owners having a website that's pretty, but totally ineffective at actually selling your services. Number four, you need to have effective collateral design. When I talk about collateral, what I mean is all of your signs, your banners, your ads, your business cards, your brochures. If you're in home services or you make house calls, your vehicle becomes part of your collateral design. Okay, we've all seen business cards, brochures, advertisements that have a pretty stock photo and they have the business name, the logo, and the telephone number, and the website. If that's all your collateral has, it is what I like to call 3N advertising. The 3Ns are name, number, and nothing, because that is exactly what those ads produce. Your designs, in contrast to that, should compel people to pick up the phone and call you or stop what they're doing and go to your website and hire you right then. So some questions that I want you to ask about your collateral, your pieces that are out there in the world. Number one, does it capture attention? Does it clearly call out to your target customer? Does it create curiosity and pique their interest? Ultimately, does it create a desire for them to want to do business with you? And the way that you do that is you have a clear target audience in mind, you speak directly to them, and you present them with an offer that is going to be irresistible to them. And then you tell them how to take action on that offer. Which leads us to number five, you need to have effective calls to action. A call to action is a clear statement or instruction, really, about what exactly you want your prospect to do in order to become your customer. And I am amazed by the number of businesses out there, even big expert businesses, who have advertisements, email newsletters, social media posts, websites, all kinds of things out there with no clear call to action. If you want your marketing to be successful, then you need to give your prospect the exact instructions they need to follow in order to become your paying customer. The best words you can have on your website or other advertisements are next steps. and then you tell them exactly what to do. Leave nothing to assumption or chance. When you do that, you are absolutely losing customers along the way, I can guarantee you. Now, would it be helpful to you if I were to give you a free cheat sheet of 35 of the best call to actions I know that you can use in all of your advertising to get people to engage with what you're telling them and to get them to take action, buy your things, but even more than that, just get used to following your instructions? If that is something that would be helpful to you, I'm going to ask you to stick around till the end of the webinar, because I am going to give you the link to download your very own free top 35 calls to actions that you can use to sell things and create engagements with your audience. You can start using them right away, and I guarantee it's going to make your advertising, your marketing more effective. All right, number 6. You need to have an amazing customer experience. Customer experience is different from customer service. Customer service, for our purposes, the definition is giving people what they paid for and meeting their expectations. Customer experience is giving people more than what they expect. It's giving them something memorable. It's connecting with them on a deeply personal and emotional level. And that's important because satisfied customers, customers who get what they pay for, don't refer you to other people. They don't go out of their way to tell people about you, and they don't post 5-star reviews very often. But amazed, delighted, blown away customers, they do. So if you find yourself making your customers happy, getting great feedback from them, but it's a struggle to get them to go online and leave a Google review for you, chances are you're providing good customer service, but not an amazing customer experience. And that means you're leaving money on the table. So if you can create an amazing customer experience, what you'll need to do is you got to understand first the 8 steps in the customer journey. And then you intentionally create experiences along all 8 of those steps. And what that does is it will move prospects to customers, customers to repeat customers, and repeat customers to enthusiastic refers. That's the difference between customer service and customer experience. Start investing in your customer experience. Number 7, you need great testimonials. So if you are a 90s kid like me, then you will very likely remember the song by Naughty by Nature that said, "You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me." Well, I am down with OPW. That stands for Other People's Words. Because you can build a successful business using OPW, Other People's Words, their testimonials and their honest reviews. It's one thing if you tell people how great you are, but it is a much more powerful thing if other people are talking about how great you are. The key is you need to know how to get the testimonial. You need to know how to make sure it's the right kind of testimonial. And then you've got to know how to use those testimonials in the right way. If you can do that, then those testimonials can be extremely powerful because of a neuromarketing concept that we call social proof. If your prospect sees that someone who is very much like them got a great result from doing business with you, then that's going to drive them to trust your business and your promises way more than they would if you're the only one saying it. Number 8, you need scripted sales presentations. And this is one that often surprises a lot of people because they don't even realize that they need a sales presentation to begin with, but you absolutely do. And that's because marketing is the first step in the customer journey. And it's going to get people who are totally unknown to you to want to learn more about you and your business if you do it right. Sales is the number 2 step in the customer journey, and it's the intentional process of converting that interested person into a paying customer. If you think that your advertisements or your social media posts are going to be enough on their own to accomplish the sales process, then you're missing out on revenue. because those items are really marketing pieces. What you need for your sales part of the journey is a scripted sales presentation that every member of your team can deliver in person or over the phone that is going to consistently convert those interested people into paying customers. And I know, because I hear it all the time, the pushback on this is that they don't want a scripted sales presentation because they don't want to sound scripted when they talk to prospects. And my response to that is that's not what we're talking about here, okay? If you sound scripted, then you're doing it wrong. The sales process I'm talking about here is simply trying to persuade somebody to take an action that benefits both of you. And in order to persuade anyone to do anything, you've got to present the right information in the right way at the right time. Those are the three key things. If any one of those three things is wrong, you're going to fail to persuade them. So the question is, how do you make sure that you and your team always present the right information in the right way at the right time? Well, there's two options. You can script it to make sure that you do, or you can wing it. And at this point, you should realize one of those two is the only logical choice. You got to have a scripted sales presentation that you can be certain is going to work. Number 9, you need a knockout elevator speech. Your elevator speech, you've probably heard that phrase before, is your 30-second introduction that you can use every time you meet somebody, whether it's at a networking meeting or you meet a stranger at a party or you bump into somebody at the grocery store. I often use it when my family and friends ask what it is I do for the 12th time, right? Maybe you have that happen as well. But that 30-second elevator speech shouldn't just introduce you as just another fill in the blank with your industry, right? It should convince them that you have something important for them or somebody that they know. The real goal is you want to spark in their mind a picture of exactly who your target customer is, whether it's them or someone they might know. And that's how you begin to turn strangers into business generators. And it leads into the next one, number 10, you need strategic networking skills, okay? Bit of a self-confession here. I was somebody who was an avowed anti-networker, okay? I used to work in the hotel industry as general manager. I had salespeople to do that. I'm a bit of an extrovert, and so the whole process of networking gave me anxiety, to be honest with you. And what changed for me was I got a coach. And my coach taught me not just the value of networking, but how to do it effectively, how to do it in a way that didn't cause me anxiety, and much more importantly, in a way that was profitable. So if you are like I used to be and you kind of cringe at the idea of going to a networking event, I want you to understand that not only can you do it when you have the proper skills, but you are actually very likely going to be more effective at networking than a lot of people who think they're good at networking. And that's because a lot of people who think they're good at networking are actually just good socializers, okay? But networking is different than socializing. Networking is what I like to call an art and a science. And when you understand how to do it correctly, you can turn total strangers into active customers and referral partners, okay? Number 11, you need strategic telephone skills. And this is something that, unfortunately, I think is starting to become less and less common in our day and age. But if you are leaving your sales process 100% up to your website or online messaging or even SMS text messaging booking, then you are missing out on new business. And not just business, but you are missing out on potential leads that you can follow up with later. You should be taking calls and you should be making sales over the phone. You should be encouraging prospects to pick up the phone and call you. Anyone who answers your phone at your business, whether it's you or an employee, needs to have the skills to be able to take that caller from a mildly interested stranger to a hot lead to a customer. Okay. Being friendly and professional is a good start, but that is not enough. There are specific skills that they need to be trained on to have practiced that will allow them to be successful in that specific type of sales process, which is what your phone line is. It is another sales tool that you need to be taking advantage of. Number 12, you need to have an effective referral generation system. Most businesses out there understand the importance of referrals. Okay. The customer who is referred to you by a current customer is one of your most valuable customers you can have because your advertising cost to get them was very low. However, the vast majority of small businesses out there have no real system for generating those referrals. You need to have a system that everyone in your business, service providers, technicians, employees, and even your current customers, all understand and are held accountable for. All too often, I see small business owners who are unaware of how many referrals their team and their customers generate from week to week or month to month. And that's because they don't have clear goals, they don't track them, they don't have a way to motivate or reward their employees or their customers for referrals. And so what happens is they don't get nearly as many referrals as they should or they could be getting if they had an effective system. Okay, so what I'm encouraging you to do tonight is stop leaving it up to chance whether or not you get referrals, but start building a referral generation system. Number 13, you need an effective lead generation system. Okay, so if you are relying on strangers out there in the world to find your website, call your business, and then immediately become your client, you are missing out on major revenue opportunities. Okay, you need to have systems in place that are designed to effectively capture leads so that you have a constant list of prospects that you can follow up with and market to repeatedly until those people become your customers. If you're relying on everybody that comes in contact with your marketing to be ready to buy what you have to offer and to know that you're the right person that's offering it, the moment they see you, your bucket has leaks in it. You're losing customers. We want to be able to capture those people as leads so we can follow up with them later. What you track is what you grow. So you need to know every week not only how many new customers you got that week, but how many people's contact information did you collect as leads for future follow-up. Your system needs to include things that you can offer your ideal customer that prove your expertise and value. These can be things like free lead magnets. And then you deploy those things through a compelling, irresistible offer in all of your advertising efforts so that when people take you up on that offer, you immediately know that that's a lead you can follow up on. Your business's list of leads, once you begin to build it, becomes one of your business's most valuable assets, just like any other asset your business has. But sadly, it's one of the most forgotten for a lot of small businesses. Number 14, you need to have an effective follow-up strategy. Okay, one of my favorite stats is 82% of customers make a purchase after between 5 to 12 exposures to an offer. But 91% of salespeople give up after between 2 and 4 contacts. What that means is 91% of salespeople leave 82% of business on the table. So your strategy for following up with those leads that you generate is absolutely crucial to your success. One of my favorite quotes is, "There is a fortune in the follow-up." So you need a consistent follow-up strategy that is not just about selling, but about nurturing a relationship with those leads and future customers so that you can build trust with them. It needs to include calls to action throughout that nurturing process that keep them engaged in what you're doing. All right, how we tracking? We are in the home stretch now. Number 15, you need a bold guarantee. The purpose of a guarantee is what we call risk reversal. So by offering a rock solid, bold guarantee, what you do is you reassure your prospect that you are the one taking on the risk as the business when they say yes, and not them taking on the risk. And the key is it can't be the same thing that every other business has. So some of those things that all the other businesses offer, we've already talked about, right? Generic things like great service or attention to detail or we treat you like family or satisfaction guaranteed, right? We've all heard those before and they just aren't compelling, right? You need a guarantee that goes above and beyond. It needs to be something bold and reassuring and specific to your prospective customers' needs and desires and fears. Number 16, you need to recruit, hire, train, and motivate the right employees. So if right now today you are a solo entrepreneur, I know you're in the same position as me. We want to grow the business, right? So that means hopefully in the not too distant future, you will need help. Maybe you're at that point right now today. And many small business owners, I find, hire for the wrong reasons. They might not admit it, but they're looking for a warm body. They're looking to fill a position instead of an actual purposeful role. And they don't understand how to recruit purposefully for that role so that they attract the right kinds of employees. And so what happens is those employees end up becoming headaches for owners rather than valuable members of the team. Maybe you can resonate with that. Maybe you've experienced it before in the past. So not only do you need to be able to recruit and hire the right people, but then you've got to be able to train them on all of the systems that we've talked about tonight. You've got to understand how to motivate them so they enjoy what they do and so that your business becomes a winning environment for everyone, your customers and your employees alike. Number 17, you need to become the trusted authority in your community. Okay? You don't want to be just another fill in the blank or one of many businesses in your community that does what you do. You want to become the one trusted authority on whatever your specialty is. You want to be the one that people think of and turn to in your community whenever they think of whatever the problem is that you solve. You want the news media to call you whenever a question comes up about your industry or the specific problem you solve. That way, you are seen not only as an expert, but as the one true trusted authority that people should look to. Okay? So, how do you do that? Number one, you need to have a specialty. You can't try to be all things to all people. And two, you need to provide your community with value and education around that specialty. Okay? You can do that in lots of ways. You can do that through the media. You can offer workshops and presentations. You can create guides that you share with people or other resources. You can even publish a book. Okay? But regardless of how you do it, you want to become that trusted authority because that's a key step in growing a thriving business that generates income over and over again, almost on its own. Number 18, you need to become a tenacious marketer for your business. Okay? I know you probably didn't start your business because you wanted to be a marketer. You probably started your business because you're good at doing something, you're good at solving a problem. But here's the truth. No one is ever going to care as much about your business and your story and your customers as you do. And if you're good at what you do, then you owe it to the world to tell them about it. Okay? It can be tempting to want to outsource your marketing to a company that will do it all for you with their team that's probably overseas. But what I advocate for small business owners is doing their own marketing, defining your own target audience, creating your own unique messaging, and owning that. Okay? All of the things we've talked about today are marketing functions for your business. In fact, here's a quote I repeat all the time. Effective marketing is not any one big thing. It's not one weird hack or one simple process. It's 1,000 little things that become super powerful when you do them all correctly. Okay? And all of the things we've talked about tonight, I want you to know you can do. You don't need an expensive marketing company to do them for you. You might need a little bit of guidance. You might need some help with the strategy, but you can do it. And I want to share with you that helping small business owners with the guidance and the strategy part of that is exactly what I do. And that's because my mission in my business is to help the members of my coaching program build growing, thriving, profitable businesses. And up until today, becoming a coaching client of mine has meant signing on to a pretty intensive weekly or bi-weekly one-on-one coaching program. But what I realize is that that is not for everyone. So today, right here on this webinar, for the very first time, I want to introduce you to another opportunity to take these things to the next level. And that is, I am introducing a group coaching offering. So it's launching right now. It's small business marketing group coaching with me. So what is group coaching? If you've never heard of it before, group coaching is membership based. It's one live group session per month. We'll get on a Zoom call just like tonight. Our first live session is slated for Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. It's always going to be the fourth Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. And all of the sessions that we do are recorded. So as long as you are a member of the group, you will have access to those recordings. So if you can't make it Thursday at 7, it's not a big deal. You just log in whenever you can and watch the training. So what kind of stuff do we cover in group coaching? Well, you just heard 18 of the topics that we'll take a deeper dive into on those group coaching calls. Plus, we're going to talk about a ton more stuff. There's also going to be an opportunity to do hot seats or question and answer. So what that is you could, on a volunteer basis, volunteer to have us tackle on one of the group coaching calls a particular problem or struggle or question that you have that I'm sure others will share. And that's what those group coaching calls are like. Now, why would you be interested in group coaching instead of one-on-one coaching? Well, first of all, it's a lower time commitment. So I know as a small business owner, you are busy. You've got a business to run. You've got things to do. You've got people to take care of. And 4 one-on-one coaching sessions per month can be overwhelming for some people. This is an easier option for a lot of people. Number 2, I know though, you probably still want growth or else you wouldn't be here tonight. You wouldn't be watching this webinar right now, all right? And group coaching allows you to grow your skills and be inspired every single month at a pace that's much more manageable for a lot of business owners. Number 3, it's an investment in you. And I probably don't have to tell you, investing in yourself is the best way to grow your business. So you should be doing that one way or another. And number 4, it costs way less than one-on-one coaching. So what is the cost of group coaching? Well, it is $47 per month. That's it. That works out to less than $600 per year for a ton of training content that I guarantee will absolutely grow your business. And to understand just how good a deal I think that is, and hopefully you will agree, I want you to look at some numbers, okay? So the average value of a first-time customer for most of my clients, for most small business, is about $150, okay? Now that's average. Yours might be much higher depending on your industry. It might be a lot lower depending on your industry. But on average, that's the value of a first-time customer. And also on average, if you're able to drive repeat purchases using the techniques I teach, then those repeat purchases are going to add up to an annual customer value of about $750, because on average, those customers are going to repeat purchase 5 times over the course of the year. Again, Your industry, if you have a lower first time customer value, you're probably going to have a much higher repeat rate. Or if you have a much higher first time customer value, like you do flooring or roofing or some big ticket item like that, obviously you're going to have a much lower repeat rate. But on average, each new customer you get is going to be worth about $750 over the course of a year. Now, if you offer a great customer experience, the average value of just one new customer is going to jump exponentially when we realize that the average relationship for a well-served customer is 5 years. That means every new customer you bring in is going to be on average worth to the average small business $3,750 over the course of that 5 year relationship. And that number does not include the value of upsells and referrals from that new customer. Okay? Stick with me on this. I know this is a lot of math. Okay? So if you're able, over the course of 1 year in this group coaching program, to be challenged and motivated and educated in a way that brings you just one new customer per month, that's going to be 12 new customers at an average lifetime value of $3,750. That totals out to $45,000. If you're able to just get one new customer with the tools and techniques that we go over every month in the group coaching program, $45,000 on an investment that's just $47 a month, less than $600 a year. If that is attractive to you, if that is something you are interested in, you can sign up right now tonight for $47 by scanning that QR code. I will put a link in the chat as well to where you can go to sign up for that in just a minute. But before you do that, or while you do that, I want to share with you some other things that you are going to get. Because if you know me well, you know you never just get one thing, okay? My goal is to make you as successful as possible. So here's everything else you're going to get if you join the group coaching program, okay? You're going to get access to my upcoming course, How to Make Facebook Ads That Actually Work. That course is going to be priced at $297 when it's released. If you're a member of the group coaching program, you're going to get access at no additional cost. I'm also including immediate access to my free mini course that's live now. It's $27. It's called How to Get Hundreds of 5-Star Google Reviews legally, ethically, and without giving away $5 discounts. That course teaches my 5-step framework that virtually guarantees 100% of your customers are going to give you a 5-star review without doing any of those cringe-worthy things that you see businesses do to get reviews, okay? You're also going to get a Facebook ad, email campaign, or website review by me. This is a service that I offer for $150. It's where I personally review one of your ads or an email campaign or a website, and I give you personal recommendations for improving the sales and conversion of that marketing piece. I charge $150 for that. You're going to get access to that for free, included for membership in the group coaching program. I'm also including an e-guide that I created called Crafting a Sense of Arrival. If your business is a physical business, if you have a physical location, a place where people come, a retail store, a boutique, a showroom even, you need to have what I call a sense of arrival. That's the sense that a customer has when they arrive, that they have truly arrived someplace special, that they've left the outside world and they've arrived someplace special. And what that does is it drives business to your small business. And I sell that guide for $97. You can buy it for that, or you can join the group coaching program, and it is yours tonight, that e-guide. It'll walk you through the exact process of creating a world-class in-person arrival experience. What else are you going to get? You're going to get my customer journey workbook. So we talked earlier about the 8 steps in the customer journey and how you need to create experiences throughout all 8 of them. This is the tool that teaches you how to do that. Teaches you all about not just the 8 steps in the customer journey, it also walks you through how to define your target customer. It walks you through how to create an outstanding, unique selling proposition. And then it walks you through how to create a customer experience through all 8 steps in the customer journey. I sell that tool for $94. You're going to get that for free as a member of the group coaching program. Last thing, you're going to get 2 more things. You're going to get 2 e-guides that I created. Kickstart your customer experience for independent businesses. That walks you through the process of creating a personal relationship with new customers and nurturing that. And then 38 ways to market your business ebook that is literally a list of 38 creative guerrilla marketing style ways that work for independent small businesses. That's a $54 value together. So altogether, here's what you get in the group coaching program. The group coaching membership, $564 a year, $47 a month. You're going to get the Facebook ads course. You're going to get the Google Reviews mini course. You're going to get the personal website or ad review by me. You're going to get Crafting a Sense of Arrival e-guide. You're going to get the customer journey workbook. You're going to get Kickstart Your Customer Experience, and you're going to get the 38 ways to market your business ebook. The total of that is almost $1,300. And again, the price is $47 per month. Okay? Scan that QR code now, and you can go ahead and you can get that e-guide, or you can go ahead and join the group coaching program. I'm also going to grab here, one moment, the link and drop it into the chat. All right, there is the link in the chat if that is easier for you. Oh, sorry, let me do that again. I only sent that to one person, it looks like. All right, now there's the link to join the group coaching program. And while you do that, let me go back through and look at a few of the questions that were asked. All right, so can the USP be the scripted sales presentation, or is it too short? Great question. So your USP should be short, clear, and concise, and its job is to set you apart as different. Your scripted sales presentation is more thorough than that. It's more personal. It's delivered one-on-one, although selling to groups in a setting is something else that I work with clients on. But the scripted sales presentation I'm talking about would be delivered one-on-one. It would be longer because it walks them through not just why you're unique, but it walks them through your specific offer and why right now is the right time and you're the right person for them to take up on that offer. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. What is my knockout elevator speech? So my knockout elevator speech starts with my unique selling proposition, which is also on the back of my business card, which is I show independent business owners exactly how to grow their business and beat the big brands and franchises without trying to outspend them on marketing. Okay, so that's my unique selling proposition. And it starts with that. And then I actually tailor the rest of my elevator speech to the situation that I am in so that it becomes a little bit more personal and sounds a little bit less rehearsed than just my USP. Okay. Who is my networking coach? My networking coach is actually somebody that I stumbled across who they specialize in a different niche than I do, which is pest control marketing. And I met them personally and then read his book. His name is Hal Coleman, and he is one of his monikers is the networking ninja. And after I read his book, I decided this is somebody I needed to work with, and so he is my business coach. All right, what else? What's an example of a lead generation system? We probably don't have time to go into too much of that, but I will say that it involves first of all, making an offer that is not necessarily, hey, buy my thing right now. It is, hey, here's some information about a question that you as a prospective customer of mine are probably wrestling with. And so we start by offering that. we get them to raise their hand and opt in, and then we work through the follow-up system. So it's how related to Joey Coleman. No, he's not. Question about AI. We are not going to dive into that. I do think AI, and maybe we'll make that a topic of one of our calls, because I do think AI has great opportunities for small businesses. One of the things that I see that's negative of it is I see a lot of businesses that rely too much on ChatGPT, and you can tell in a lot of things that it is ChatGPT because they didn't take the time to train the AI on not sounding like ChatGPT, but sounding like them instead. So yeah, we can make that a topic probably of a future group coaching session. So, all right, I promised you at the end, hopefully you've had time to take advantage of the group coaching sign up there. And I promised you that I would share with you the link to get your top 35 call to actions cheat sheet. And so here it is. I'm gonna say it verbally. It's at my website. So it is tedyates.com/top 35 CTA. So tedyates.com/top 35 CTA. I will even type that into the chat. Slide top 35 CTA. If you go there, you'll be able to download that cheat sheet. You will not have to put in your email or phone number or anything like that. You'll just be able to download it straight away. And there's 35 calls to action on there that you can start using in your marketing to train people to take action on the stuff you want to do. So I want to wrap up and say thank you so much for joining us tonight for 18 ways to grow your small business. And I hope you've taken advantage of the small group coaching. I hope we'll see each other on August 22nd as part of our very first live group coaching session together, where we will absolutely teach you ways to get more customers and grow your business. Have a good night.